A dream like to spin fire, the NFT in our diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From new meme coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web freezes and trees show
Yo,
you where to
Mega GMs, Friday, May 16th. We made it, fam. End of the week. The boys are all here. Murray, good morning, man. Hoods, good morning. Drop King, GMs, Cats, Fanatic. Good to see you, brother. All right, we're live over on Abstract X Arena. More and more talk about the arena. I don't know if you guys see it on the timeline, but the arena's making some waves out there. There's some tokens in play. It's probably worth putting a little time into. It is. It is. Although our time right now, it's full throttle focused on virtuals and on Kato. There's plenty of fun stuff, but there's nothing that matters more than that right now. So we got some big updates on virtuals on their platform, on their token launches yesterday, even some drops that are ongoing that had some big updates. Man, some cool stuff going on. Hang on. I feel like there was one other platform we've been talking about that was like a must focus, right? We got virtuals. There was one other that I know people weren't really paying attention to. It's, of course, Abstract as well. One other platform that's like really up and coming. It'll hit me at some point during the show. Yeah, Cats will. Yeah, it's two things. Your algo is loving virtuals now because you're talking virtuals, but also people are waking up to virtuals and still just starting, man. You know it. People think they missed it. People think when they see 100 X's out there that they're like, man, I wish I did it, but now it's too late. But they don't know. They don't realize that virtuals just cracked the code for possibly the best token launchpad we've ever seen. And that what they happen to build is not just what we're seeing is not a symptom of just like the early phase or the early stages of a new platform that's got some hype. What they're seeing is, it's a symptom, but it's really like working as designed. And what people don't realize, it's that. They're not noticing it's a launchpad that changes the game. 100 X's working as designed. Sure, dude, there's 2 X's in there too and 5 X's. I'll tell you what, if you get in the virtuals pre-sales, right, the pre-sales of these tokens, there's no losses. I don't think anybody has lost. Anybody. Yeah, Cats, I think that's a good idea. I think you need to have multiple wallets going on this. One that, is maybe focused on points accumulation, another that's focused on like trading, but also multiple accounts for tweeting too. Yeah, farm this as much as you can. You see a guy like our buddy Confusion getting into it, that's a sign. That's a sign. I think he might have been somebody who felt like it was also a little too late. No, he's like full throttle now. Big time sign that he's catching on, his community's catching on, and most people still ignoring it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mark, good to see you. Mark, dude. Okay, who was here, I think, over the weekend, and I told a story about like some of my like this adventure I had in Chicago. Remember that one? It was a little scary. Do you guys remember that story? This is the man right here that can confirm that story. Not a single word of that was bullshit. Yeah, I mean, the virtuals thing's really, really incredible, man. Yeah, there was not a single of that, there was not a single word in that story that was like made up. It was as crazy as I described, and I couldn't even put into words like how scary it actually was. It was really fucking scary. Dude, really, it was fun, but it was scary. I thought that life that night I was going to lose my life. I really did. I didn't think I was making it back home that night. I'm here though. I made it. Thank God. Because if I didn't make it, I wouldn't have bags of worthless JPEGs from 2020 and 21. And I wouldn't be sitting on my bag of 15 virtual, So feeling blessed right now. Anyway, dudes, smash the like on the show. wherever you're watching. Actually, I'm going to drop a link to Abstract. Abstract has been slow. I want to get that rocking again. Come over to Abstract, boys. Dude, it's one of the tonight I'll never forget, right? How could you? Also come over to YouTube and subscribe over here, man. Catch the replays. Yes, sir. You're totally right. Yeah. We'll talk about that. It's just something to be paying attention to. Interesting story. But we'll talk about this. We'll kick it off actually talking about this. Yes, gold created in a lab using CERN, right? And so scientists were able to create gold from lead for maybe not even a second. Not even a second. Yeah, no, yeah. Spitting facts here. Absolutely. But it is a cool sign for the future. It is an interesting thing to at least keep our eyes on. The same way we just try to keep our eyes on quantum computing and if that will one day have an impact on blockchain, and it might not. In fact, quantum computing is a risk for blockchain, right? But it's also probably the solution for it. We'd like to keep our eyes on these things that are kind of those fringe stories, but might actually matter. Yes, for right now, yeah, I could probably safely say the title's a little clickbaity, but we like that stuff. We like to pay attention to these stories. Let me put it up on the screen real quick. By the way, you can follow me at Hudah_idiot on X. PFP change again. I can't commit. It's hard to do. Follow us at CryptoSlamIO, SlamAI_XYZ. And then our flagship AI agent, it is the Swarm. More juicy details behind the scenes that I can't share. But Virtual's ACP, actually, I think Virtual's Ethermage was on a Spaces with a Bankless guy or a stream with the Bankless guys yesterday. And I think he said in that show that ACP is going to be dropping in 3 to 4 weeks, some kind of stealth launch. So just be aware, ACP Swarm's launching here really soon. Really soon. Keep our eyes on that. Here we go. It's a cool story. Again, does it matter for Bitcoin and gold prices right now or even in the immediate future or maybe ever in the future? Don't know. No for right now. No for the next 5-10 years. Maybe down the road. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, scientists turned lead into gold for the first time. Only a split second. But it is a breakthrough. It's cool, dude. We're like wizards here, right? Really cool. Scientists successfully transformed lead into gold, producing 89,000 atoms per second. The Large Hadron Collider. It's a giant particle accelerator, smashes atoms together at super high speeds. And they found a way to knock 3 tiny particles called protons out of lead atoms, turning them into gold atoms. Dude, technology's wild. I'm a nerd. You guys are kind of, if you're here, you're techie enough and you probably think this is pretty fucking cool. But it is. Really, really wild stuff. Again, moves the needle now? No. Maybe never. But we see how quick tech changes. We see it. So do we have the potential in 25 years that we can just create gold? Well, I think at that point, we're going to be able to create all kinds of things. Maybe. We're talking like Star Trek kind of tech here. But in the future, man, one day, could be. Was that a headline? Hang on, what's your name here? I can't even pronounce it, but dude, that's funny. Oh, dude, anybody, obviously clickbaity title, but anybody's going to take any little narrative out there and use it as a chance to pump their bags, right? It's gross. And also you get it, right? Wizards, dude. Let's see if we get any other little details out of this. Again, a cool story. It's fun. I freaking like this stuff a lot. The results also test and improve theoretical models of electromagnetic dissociation. Yeah, I just want to see if they have plans to recreate this, and if these scientists have any comments about like, is that tech actually useful? Do they think they can do this? And it's not something that lasts a few seconds. It lasts forever, maybe. I don't. One day. I mean, you know me, boys. I like the Ashton Forbes Orby stuff. I think there's weird tech. I still don't think that's real. But I like the weirdo tech stuff. You put this right in that column here. It's really freaking cool. It's really, really cool. Anyway, your gold bags are safe. Your Bitcoin bag's safe too, and always will be. And I don't think we need anything to even happen with gold to send those Bitcoin bags where I think we all know they're going. So, yeah, where's my reward for turning Bitcoin into JPEGs? Okay, 3 to 4 weeks for the ACPs. Really, really cool. Panic. Good morning, man. All right, let's check out some stories here today. We'll start looking at the market, actually. By the way, kind of lighter day of news, and I'm going to keep today a little extra casual. We'll put a little more focus on virtuals today, too. I do not know for sure if we have a swarm report this afternoon, so it's why I'm going to cover virtual stuff a lot more this morning here. Trying to lock in a few of these guests for next week. Babysitter, Buzz, Arbus getting them on. We have a Arbus update, great Arbus update. And then Doodles. We might have a full week next week with these projects. You know what I'm trying to see, guys? Here's what I'm really pushing for. I hope none of them are listening. I don't think they are. But you guys saw how if projects go on the Vader stream, right, the Vader spaces, they give 1% of the supply to Vader holders, like Vader stakers. I want to do the same. I want to see if projects that come on the show, I don't need 1% of their supply. We'll take 0.5%. I want something, but I want to have it and give it to swarm stakers. So that's something I'm chatting with the team about today and brainstorming and seeing if that's something we can do, because it's time to start rewarding holders, Plus, we have announcements coming. So, yeah, a lot coming on the swarm front. Anyway, looking at the market here, Bitcoin 103.6, up 1% in the past 24 hours. ETH, just over 2,600. Everything down in the past hour, right? Flat. We'll just say flat. Ripple 243, Solana 173. What else is cooking? Avalanche. Only peeking at Avalanche because Maple Story yesterday. Just want to see if that had any impact. No, down 0.8% here. Sui 390, up almost 4% in the past 24 hours. Looking all right. Fog, good morning. Mr. Wood, good morning. Looking at the ETFs, Bitcoin 114 million inflows here. I'll tell you this, cats. You guys know I can't. There's nothing I can say officially, but I can tell you. I can tell you it's been talked about. I can tell you that. I can tell you we're talking about it today. And when I tell you stuff like that, like we're talking about it, I have no involvement in those decisions. Sometimes I'll chat and just give it because I really represent the community. I'm like, people like this right now. Here's an idea you could do. This project is doing this, and then this happens. So we're having a chat today again about what that could look like. But the thing is, because we've talked about it, it could be well in the works already. That's the thing. I don't know that. Yeah, but I would like to think that could happen. Okay, pardon me, Cats. And I told you there was something I wanted to talk to you about, right, Cats? Something. I look, I don't think it's weird, but I just wonder, okay, like with the Vader spaces and getting 1% of a token supply, I don't get why a project would want to give away 1% just to come on a spaces. Even though there's not a ton of spaces yet, there's going to be unlimited options for spaces, right? And you can come on Swarm Report, and we get 1,000+ viewers when the guests come on, right? And I'm not asking for tokens. So something about that's like, I think it's awesome. But something about it I don't quite get. But if they're willing to give out tokens, I want to get those tokens, and I want to give them to you guys. So that's the goal. Anyway, still on Bitcoin. Yeah, 114 million inflows on the ETH side. Not as good, man. Not a great day yesterday. Almost 40 million outflows yesterday. I didn't see that coming, I guess, but I'm going to skip this, but just to point out that the Real Vision guys and Julian Biddle specifically still bullish, dude. Still bullish on what's coming here. Actually, let me pick out the best part from here. What is this? Philly Fed data for May dropped, and the future new orders index made history. There we go. Expectations for new orders posted the largest monthly spike ever recorded, going all the way back to 1968. Spicy, man. Spicy. And your TLDR here looking like we've got a really, really great Q2 coming here for growth, economic growth. And that's what he's mentioning here. They've been right on. If there's somebody I'm listening to here in the space that really does seem to get it, plenty of people out there, right? But I like the Real Vision guys a lot. Now, yesterday, was it Gravity maybe gave us a heads up during the show yesterday? We got those PPI numbers. Look awesome. Guys looked fucking awesome. No, inflation's not going up. It's quite the opposite. It's easy to hate on Trump, right? It's so easy to hate on the guy and the tariff stuff's not working and he doesn't know what he's doing. But Trump's been out here saying inflation isn't going up. He's saying there's like no inflation. And then we start seeing numbers that start looking a little different than the narrative out there. Maybe they're closer to what Donald Trump's saying. I don't know. But PPI down pretty significantly here. Sell in May and walk away. I don't know about that. Wouldn't be me. We got more FTX stimmies coming. Now, I'll tell you this. We had a stimmy already earlier this year. It wasn't a big one, but it was in the billions, right? You know what? I say that. Now I'm wondering if the initial one was like 10 bill. I don't think we've ever gotten straight answers as far as how much. We knew it was $16 billion, up to $16 billion that was going back to creditors. We have an official update here. $5 billion is going out in this second distribution. That starts on May 30th, and it only takes a couple days, 2 to 3 days for that to be completed. So potentially a percent of that $5 billion works its way back into the market. This is going to people who trade crypto already. A lot of those people still think Bitcoin has this move up to 150K this cycle. Some of us think a lot higher than that. So $5 billion heading back out here. Some of it goes back to the market. Now, here's what I don't know. After that $5 billion, is it done? Got to try to remember what was the first distribution. Was it 10 bill? Because if so, then this is the end. This is probably the last distribution or close to it. But if we're only talking like 2, 3, maybe up to $5 billion that went out before, we potentially have another $5 billion that's still looking to find its way out there. So we'll see. I don't know if we felt the impact of that first distribution in the market either. I don't know. It certainly wasn't news. People are reporting on when these are happening, but nobody's talking about the impact. So I'd like to hope the first distribution was actually really little and that the second one's maybe the bigger of the two so far. Maybe we do see this in the market a bit. Would be nice. Would be nice, man. Hood's over on Abstract, buddy. Love seeing you over there. Also over on the Arena, dude, I need to check over here more, but GMs to you guys. Guys, I promise you, I'm going to figure out the Arena side here. And thank you for the tip over there, too. I got to figure out the Arena side, and then I want to figure out how to get a little pumpy with it, too. Like, really put it out there. If you guys buy whatever these are, the tickets or whatever, I look, I want to do what I can to, like, make that number go up for you guys. We'll figure out a way. Maybe I do here and there exclusive streams over on here. Also, I keep telling you guys, I'm rethinking all the content. I may have this whittled down to the right kind of idea. So we'll share that really soon. But I need a different kind of content that gets more eyes, that gets a little the hypey shit. Marty, dude. Did any of the numbers I sent you work? Like none of them did? I've got more numbers. I have got a lot more numbers, so I'll send you what I got. You're doing the Lord's work though, man. All right. Okay. Hey, Wisconsin, the state of Wisconsin no longer holding any Bitcoin. Nothing. Sold all their Bitcoin position, which was via ETFs. It was something like, guys, like 300 mil or so. Out, gone, done. I don't get why, but they're out. Also, a lot of talk here about Coinbase. Okay, so like to Marty's point, you guys have probably seen plenty of news about this. Coinbase, man, big data leak. If you've been getting those text messages, I get them probably every few days. Text message that either someone logged into my account or that somebody tried resetting my password, or I'm trying to think of the other kind of message I get. But I get these like pretty regularly now. And then they give you a number to call. And hang on. And so I'm sending these all to Marty because Marty's going to take care of them. Anyway, controversy all over there. Coinbase was being, well, they tried getting Coinbase to pay this ransom like $20 million, $20 million or so to get that data back or get them to stop. Coinbase does a little like reverse Uno dealio, and they instead put a $20 million bounty on somebody who finds these guys, which is, man, we're living in a movie, right? It's awesome. But SEC is now questioning if Coinbase misstated its user numbers. This goes back a few years, but Coinbase stock getting pummeled at the time of this tweet, which was what? This is yesterday afternoon, down almost 10%. Yeah, everybody's getting beat. Everybody's beating up on Coinbase here. Hoods with Abstract denied the stream application. You probably want to try again because they're opening it up. But Hoods, dude, you should do Arena. You should probably be over on Arena streaming and try Pump Fun. I'm going to reach out to the Pump Fun guys after I saw yesterday. They're giving away 5-figure monthly contracts. Whoever wants to pay, I'll stream exclusively over there, you know? Coinbase is rough, man. I keep thinking I need a backup option, you know, just to be safe. Anyway, a lot of eyes on Coinbase, some not great stories. Paul Atkins, chairman of the SEC, giving opening remarks at the 12th annual conference on financial market regulations. That's actually today. Actually, that is, I think, live right now. Let's go peek. Do they stream it here? That'd be super cool. Let's check. Let me check here. Oh shit, guys, hang on. While I'm looking, today's the day, man. Go get a burger. Go get a steak and shake. Look at that. Today, starting today, steak and shakes across the United States. You can go buy your burger with some sweet Bitcoins. That's fucking nuts. You know what? For a couple bucks, doesn't matter a lot, right? You're like $4 or $5 today. It's gonna be like $15 here in the next year. So, like, yeah, an expensive thing. Actually, goddamn, I might do that today. You know what? Just because I want to keep the receipt. I'm that dude. I am. I'm always like, I just collect stuff. I wish it had a USDC or something, but I collect stuff. I would love. Okay, this is fucking filthy, but I'm gonna say it. I got a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich wrapper from. Let me think here. How long ago? You know what? I could tell you exactly when. I'm going to tell you how old this wrapper is. All right. Dude, I have a 23-year-old Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich wrapper. So I keep shit. It's so it's not weird. Some of you guys do that too. It was on the day Dave Thomas died. So I went to Wendy's and I bought a spicy chicken sandwich in honor of him, and I kept it. So I'll do the same here. I'm going to go buy a burger at Steak and Shake. It's oily, dude. No cheese, because no cheese on a spicy chicken, but it's oily. It's fucking gnarly. I don't recommend doing it, and I signed it and I drew a picture of him on it, I think. But yeah, I think I'm going to go get a burger today and just save the receipt. Actually, you know what you do? You save the transaction, right? Just save the transaction. Actually, it would be cool if you could get the SAT somehow. Oh, dude, they missed opportunity. If they could do something where they send you one of the sats back so you could keep it and then maybe inscribe something on it, that'd be cool. But you know, it's a good first step. It's a good first step. Yeah, well, here's the cool part. My wife is badass. She would do it for me. But I would leave the house for something like this. I left the house yesterday, and I got to leave the house tomorrow. Ooh, yeah. Bitcoin Pizza Day next week. Cutie, you work with them too? I always forget, but you're involved with that, right? The Pizza DAO? Yeah, I'll leave the house here and there. Tomorrow my kid graduates, so I'm out of the house for hours. Oh, speaking of that, tomorrow morning stream is going to be earlier or shorter or both. Okay, I gotta get out by like 8 o'clock or so. So that's like 9 Eastern time. So either tomorrow's gonna be just an hour stream, or I'm gonna start it way earlier, like super early. So tomorrow morning stream's just gonna be different and fun. That's over on my my personal channel here. So we'll see. We'll see. It might just have to be shorter though. So like right now we got fam in town. So my wife and I are sleeping on the couch, which is right behind me. Pizza Dow's cool, man. Cool shit. All right, we got an update with the Genius Act. Talked about it yesterday. We'll keep talking about it. It's a big deal. Guys, it's a bigger deal than I'll tell you most of crypto Twitter gets. You know, there's some casuals. I'm talking even guys, the hardcore guys out here like the trench warriors and stuff. I think, they're focused on the trenches. A lot of them are. I don't think people are understanding how big of a deal the Genius Act really is. And so just over a week ago, Genius Act wrecked. Now, a lot of progress behind the scenes, and they just might have some votes, enough votes that push this thing forward. This would not be like a final vote, by the way. It's to get it past where it was last week. And then it would go to the Senate floor for like an official vote. But here we go. John Thune moves forward with cloture. How do you say that, guys? Cloture. Filing on the Genius Act, setting up a Monday evening vote, guys. Hell yeah, 3 days off. In 3 days, we get a vote on the Genius Act. Hopefully, none of these bitches back down again like last time. It's a big deal, guys. If we can get this thing passed, and the goal is still to get it passed by the end of May. If we get this passed, this summer is going to be incredible. We will hit Bitcoin all-time high this summer. We might hit it anyways, by the way, but if this passes, I'd make another bet with our boy English on it. In fact, I'll ask him that. I'll give him the floor for him back. We'll basically do a double or nothing, But I'd make that bet again. If this passes, Bitcoin all-time high this summer. Federal Reserve Bank of New York and Bank for International Settlements testing out smart contracts to explore tokenized monetary policy. Good shit. Who was it we just saw yesterday? Like Franklin Templeton. Somebody just did their first on-chain transaction outside, public blockchain transaction. So outside of their private chain. By the way, these guys all behind the scenes, all building out their own infrastructure. Crazy stuff coming, man. Crazy stuff coming. I'm here for it. Yeah, not quite. Hey, is the Beeple party this weekend or is it next weekend, cutie? Right, Beeple's got another pizza, whatever his parties. I think it's next weekend. Okay, NFT market. I don't know why there's no seller buyer data. We'll check on that. But sales yesterday, 24.5 mil in cross-chain sales. What's up, Mike Bennett? Good to see you, man. Mega GMs to you, man. Seller data, buyer data still coming, I guess. Transactions up, average sale price up. Love to see it. And trade, hey, that's our best day of trade profits in a while. 385,000 in the negative. I gotta see. The last time we did better than that, still negative, right? But that's the best we've looked in a minute here. Let's see. Let's see how far back we have to go. And I won't scroll till we find it, but it's a pretty darn good day. Kind of just at a glance, I think it's been months. So it's a decent look. I'm not going to go by just one day. We need to get like an extended period of like trade profits closer to that, and would love to see us positive here, but here we go. Okay, that might be our best day, and I could have missed something here too, but that might be our best day of trade profits since like the third week of January. So keep our eyes on something like that. Top collections. We'll refresh this. Weird, I saw Polygon collection up there. But Courtyard on top, followed by D Market, Guardian Heroes, GUSD locked deposit. Again, liquidity positions like backed by an NFT. I'm assuming it's that. And then Algebra, probably the same thing, right? You provide some coins for an LP. Maybe you put up like USDC and another token, whatever the pair is, but you get an NFT that represents that position, which I think is cool because in theory, you trade those NFTs. And we would count a secondary sale of those NFTs as an NFT sale, right? But when these are created, it looks at them almost like it's an on-chain sale, almost like an on-chain mint of an NFT. Because you're putting in money, you're putting in your crypto, you get back an NFT. It looks like a sale. It's not, though. Taproot Wizards up here. Betakuma. Dude, no idea what that is. Anybody know? Betakuma? We need to look at that. Tabby Mood? I don't know what these are. And we're definitely going to look. And it looks like we had a big Boogle sale. We'll see that on the top sales page. Where is that? And we don't. I want to peek at that. Boogles are legit. Well, for now, top sale looks like Punk 6456. That's about to fall off, by the way. I think this page might be a little outdated. I wonder if there's a little issue here. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think the site just needs there's this issue called caching, and sometimes the page is hanging on to a previous day data. Yeah, I think this is not reflecting the homepage because your top sale, I would imagine, is that Boogle. Let's go to that Boogle page. Cutie, you see the video where the one vibe code with their brain signals? Are we Wait. No, I didn't. Are we talking something like the Neuralink thing? Yeah, this should be your top sale, guys. $220,000 Boogle sale. Let me give the team a heads up. Sorry, guys. One sec. All right, there we go. No, dude, no, vape. And pouch it. We're talking like Zins. I like Zins, yeah. I love nicotine. It's the best. It's the best. Nothing beats it. Dude, I want to see what this is. I didn't hear this at all. I don't think I did. So let's peek at Magic Eden. Definitely want to go look at floor prices too, see how we're looking. Look at Taproot Wizards. Holy shit. Confusion. Where you at, bro? It's a little too bright. Good Lord. Confusion, bro. Confusion doesn't get to keep his gains. No, you FUD Taproot Wizards. No, not for you. No, I'm half kidding. I told you I'm going to poke fun at. I'm going to poke fun at people who are ripping on Taproot Wizards because it's so obvious that was going to come back and be a cook. It's so obvious. I like it. Dude, that's wild, cutie. Yeah, that's cool. I don't know what these are. But okay, now that I see these like the image, I did see these on the timeline somewhere. But yeah, I don't know much about them. Let me see. Why don't we Google this real quick or search on Twitter? Oh, it's AI related. Oh my God, guys, remind me. I want to talk about that AI mint, the NFT AI mint. That was fucking awesome. I'm in it. I think it's I think it's one of the coolest things happening in AI right now. What is that? Okay, they got a token coming. Dude, look at the engagement on these tweets too. Hang on. What in the fuck is this? Good followers. Like, right? You got to look at the people following, good followers. This is legit. Yeah, whatever this is totally legit. And I had no idea what this was. Gravity, if you're here, what's the story? So some like viral meme thing with the token coming. Something to do with AI as well, I think. But dude, that's awesome. GG's if you minted them. I mean, that's cool. Yep. Yeah, that's why I like nicotine. You know, you've all heard my history. I've done a lot of things, and there's nothing I love as much as nicotine. All right. Dude, I would love to get more info on that still. All right. Well, why don't we peek at floor prices and then we're going to move on. I do want to show you guys, if you were here hanging with me in 21 and when we went fucking nuts in Tezos, right? You guys were here for that. If I pick my favorite era of NFTs or just being in crypto period, look, the 21, you know, just all of 21, 22, the whole NFT thing was just amazing. Like it just can't be topped. It just can't be topped, man. For me, maybe never will. But there were certain moments during that. There were just certain moments during that season that stood out. And for me, it was the Tezos stuff. Oh shit. OpenAI maybe dropping an agent. They do have an agent like kind of creator thing. Dude, Tezos. So, okay, something that really got Tezos cooking was like a little, okay, if you were there, Hicket Nunk is where like the Tezos explosion started, right? Tezos blockchain, artists from all over the world, and a lot of guys who maybe don't come from a lot of money find this blockchain, start minting their art there for nothing, guys. I'm talking pennies, maybe a couple bucks, a lot of them free. And it just became this frenzy. Artists just went there and created and gave away and made such cool shit. And it was so punk rock. It was so cool. So punk. It was so cool. No, that's true. That's true. Actually, I see a lot of chat on the timeline about that, talk about this cycle isn't fun. Like Kada has kind of ruined it. In a way, I get that actually. In a way, it has. Because like the tweets you see out on the timeline, nothing feels organic. Everything's like everybody's saying the same thing. Everybody's making a tweet about this platform or this launch and this whatever and just giving you the bullet points and adding a little color, and it's just all cookie cutter. And if that's what people want, great. But it's not like 21, 22 where it was exciting and there were vibes, and it was very authentic then too. Doesn't feel authentic anymore, does it? But back to Tezos, Hicket Nunk is where this exploded. Yep. That is the hottest collection coming in months. I mean, one of the hottest collections in years, to be honest. Crypto agents. I want one so bad. It's going to be so hard. Dude, there's 400, almost 500,000 people who signed up for the whitelist. Of course, it's botted, but that's going to be a red hot fucking mint. But Hicket Nunk, object for object. So what they would do is have these little events. Object for object was basically free mints or mints that would cost like 0.1 Tez, which at that point was like 5 cents, a couple pennies, right? Basically free. And it was awesome. It was just these collecting events, and they'd last like a few days, maybe a week. It was just a great time to build up your wallets and just collect and meet artists, and artists meet collectors. And man, I've got thousands of NFTs over on Tezos thanks to stuff like this. Just crazy good stuff. And some of these artists, look at Data Velvet. I love this guy. I love it. Some of these artists went from making art on Tezos and then ended up making art their full-time career. Some of these guys made that jump, and it's only because they got to kickstart over here. So I was excited to see they're doing an object for object again. Started a couple days ago, and it's still going a couple days here. And it's so worth paying attention to. You get these great artists. Moxara is fucking awesome. He made one of our ancient bats. He's an awesome guy. Fucking great guy. Great crypto artist. But minted a piece for object. That's still going on until the 18th. I'm talking like free pieces, basically, guys. And you know what? I'm sure most people are going to ignore it. It's totally fine, right? I'm sure most people are going to ignore it. But I think it's because people don't realize there is probably upside on a lot of this stuff. There probably is. Just because it mints for like 50 cents or a buck or something, people think it might not be worth their time. Man, if you get a big artist that mints over here, and they do, right? During that craze last cycle, Xcopy minted. Xcopy minted a piece on Tezos. But some of these things will go from a buck to 25 bucks. It'll happen. Guaranteed it'll happen. Don't know how many pieces we'll see that kind of action, but you get a big artist that mints over here, and you'll see exactly that kind of action. Free and goes up 100x, which is 0. So cheap and then goes up 100x. Or you might see a big artist mint over here, and we're talking about a piece that's worth hundreds. And we used to see pieces that were worth thousands. It is pretty likely to happen. And you know what? I always think about this too. When I try to feel like if something can come back, there's a lot of guys who have spent many tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars on art over on Tezos. And when that happens, all I can think is, okay, what you have then is a whole army of people who like have a really great interest in seeing this space come back to life. Even if they're done collecting on Tezos for now, the moment they sense like a return of it, dude, they're back to it and they're tweeting about it because they want people to come buy their bags. So at some point, I think this gets cooking on the timeline again. Well, I'll say I hope. I don't know. I don't know what I would give, like what odds I would give to that. But I know there's a lot of people who want it to happen. So, man, great art. Look for great artists here. Look for something that, with art, this is a fun part. Look for something that looks great that maybe other people haven't noticed yet. And I'm telling you, you can definitely make some money. Part of, we play virtuals because it's like cheap, right? It's pretty cheap and you can make money on it. Tezos art used to be the same way. If you were early and could spot the good shit, you'd make some good money. Pretty nice. Get on yapping. Yep. You got to yap, guys. There's no reason to not. I am really trying to get the time to start ramping up my yapping. It's so important. I'm going to drop my referral there if people are not on there. But it's possibly free money. And it's like, okay, in the same way that virtuals is pretty easy and pretty free, tweeting, doing the yap stuff is the same thing. That costs you nothing. But if you can get tweeting and do it regularly and get some attention here, you get some money, you get some airdrops. It happens. I made I made probably $600 from certain token drops over there. I really should ramp up the tweeting. It's worth it. It's definitely worth doing. Hot story yesterday, Frank DeGod. So this story's crazy. Yeah. Frank DeGods yesterday dumped all his DeGod NFTs. So he left DeGods. I might have a controversial take about this, maybe. I maybe not. Sold all his DeGods. Definitely his wallets. And everybody's piling on at first, right? But then Frank or the team came out and said, no, his laptop got compromised. Somebody got access to his wallet. Like that's his shit got hacked. There it is. Frank's old trading laptop was drained. 16 DeGods were dumped. I think there were other tokens and stuff, right? Rumors that I dumped DeGods. It's a drain. Drainer sold a mythic DeGod into floor bids. This is another wallet of mine that has 42 mil DeGods. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't believe him. That's wild. You got, yeah, man, you can double dip now. Tweet about virtuals, tweet about whatever's the current thing over there, man. I just don't trust a guy like Frank. I just don't. And here's the thing. People sticking up for him and saying, why would he dump him? He's got millions of dollars. That to me is a guy who does whatever to make money. You know what I mean? You always hear the stories of like really, really wealthy people out there clip coupons and they're stingy with their money. They're different. They make a lot of money because they're different. Do I think a guy like Frank, look, okay, this is probably a true story, as in he was probably hacked. Would it surprise any of us if that was like more like set up to look like it was a hack and then he got drained and then it was him dumping? Wouldn't shock me even a little bit. He's a different dude. He's an excellent trader. And I think do I want to say he's like manipulative? I don't know. I don't know the guy personally. If I go by like stories on X, maybe. But I wouldn't say just because Frank and his buddies are telling you he got hacked, I wouldn't just assume he did. I don't know if he's like the most ethical trader, right? So I don't know. But I wouldn't be shocked to see some of these guys make it look like they got hacked to dump. And then if the story's like, it couldn't have been me because here's my other wallet and I'm holding all of it, doesn't mean you wouldn't do it here. It doesn't mean anything. Because, now we're talking about like maybe a tax write-off or what. There's other reasons that you dump this shit. I'm okay. I lean towards it was hacked, but remember the Zora mint about Zach XBT bust? Few cents, selling around 1 ETH. Soldiers for 450. Yeah. Yep. Crazy. There's so many ways to make money, man. There you go. Hoods, guys, I have an idea. I really do have an idea for anybody who wants to get like hardcore into tweeting. I don't mean just tweeting here and there. I mean like wants to make it a focus. Really wants to push on it. I'm in that category too. I really do want to push on it. But you see how people do this together, right? There's like teams, there's like there's like actual like businesses popped up around people tweeting together. We should do that. I think we should be doing that. And it's all about giving feedback on tweets too. Like what works, what doesn't, how do you format, what are like ways to phrase stuff that work, all that stuff. That it's a lot of work that goes into it. We should be doing it, man. We should. Drifter shoots, wild story. Wild story. Had a solo exhibition yesterday in New York. Got arrested, man. How crazy is that? I like Drifter. He's cool. Wild shit, huh? Okay, so the story is, do you guys know Drifter? Yeah, Mike, that helps. That helps. Guys, I tell you, we can make a business out of it. We could. I see stuff popping up like Amplify, and there's other ones too, but a whole squad of people who tweet. You put you get projects that want that, they want that reach. They go and they pay you and you split it up amongst everybody tweeting. Everybody tweets. And we gotta get good. We gotta be tweeting, but it works. Definitely something that we should be considering. Drifter Shoots is the guy that climbs really tall buildings and bridges and whatever. And he takes these pictures of his feet, right? You guys know Drifter? Well, supposedly he got arrested yesterday because he climbed the Empire State Building. He didn't climb the building yesterday, but from a previous climb, right? And they were just waiting to catch him, I guess. Dude, his photography is amazing. Right? He's crazy. There was a shot. You saw it there, the Empire State Building. But yeah, apparently that's what he was arrested for, was climbing that. Is that it? Hang on, I'm so stupid. I think that might be. Is that the Empire State Building? No, I don't think that is. Maybe it is. But that's Drifter. He's a crazy man. And that's always illegal too. So what he's doing is super illegal. And he got arrested for it. That's crazy. And his photographs are worth a lot. People spend like 50, 60, 75 ETH on some of these things. They're amazing. Like, come on, that's amazing. That dude is crazy. That dude is fucking nuts. So cool though. Love this guy. Like he's awesome. Imagine the thrill. He's had this guy's had a hard life. You guys remember like a year or two ago, his brother was killed. Like I think they were hanging out with each other and his brother got shot or something like that. It's crazy. This guy's wild though. Hang on, I'm gonna put the audio with this one. This guy's a nut.
This is all I have to hold on to. This is not a lot.
Okay, now that one is the Empire State Building, and that was actually maybe earlier this year. Looks like it, Mike. Yeah. So that is the Empire State Building, and I think he got arrested for exactly this right here. That is so nuts. He is so nuts. So yeah, arrested for that. And I think he probably because he's been arrested before. I don't know. I think at some point, dude's facing jail time. I don't think he's been in prison before. That is fucking crazy. His art is beautiful too, though, man. Beautiful. But damn, that's nuts. Trying to find some of his other shots too. Like they're just beautiful. I would. They weren't so expensive. Actually, he has some additions that are affordable. He does. He's got some stuff that's affordable there. I would hang that on my wall. I think these are beautiful shots. But man, is he crazy. I mean, just look how he frames stuff and the lighting and stuff. Like really cool. Like just the way he places his foot in that part of that build. Like he's a legit artist. He just, man, he's amazing. But yeah, bridges, buildings, whatever. Like he's climbing it all. Crazy. Like what a fucking talent. Scary as shit. Is this guy's so fucking nuts. Dude, that's the kind of shit that makes me dizzy just looking at it too. I want to find one more good one here. But no, whatever. We got to move on. It's so fucking cool though. We got a little update on the V1 Punks lore. Really, really cool story. Not a big deal, but I thought it was cool. V1 Punks, you guys know the story. Original versions of CryptoPunks, right? The first minted CryptoPunks. Heidi, good morning, man. Okay. So the V1 Punks bug in the contract, if you sold them, you got your punk back and the buyer's money. Hang on. Do I have it backwards? Did the person who buy it, the person who bought it, let me make sure I got this right. The person who bought gets the punk and it kicked their money back. So they get a free punk. I think that's what it was. Anyway, the fix was airdropping the copy, current CryptoPunks into the wallet of the original minters. That wasn't the case though. What we found out is there were plenty of people who traded punks. It was just, I'll send you my punk, you send me your punk. And what it ended up doing is not dropping to the initial minted wallet, but it would drop the copy into the wallet that's currently holding it, which is not how it was supposed to work. I didn't know that. Just a little twist on the lore here. Doesn't matter now. I didn't know, but just a part of the story that I don't think we knew. So thought that was pretty cool. Now on virtuals, God, I hope I do the swarm report today. Because right, we got some stuff to talk about. Arbus. Arbus is the hottest mint coming right here. Here, let me unshare, reshare. Arbus is the hottest mint. It's live right now. Actually, I think it's probably just ended. And interesting thing keeps happening where Virtuals is making some bets on some of these projects. Here, I want to bookmark this. Virtuals is like partnering with some of these projects. It really, really cool to see. And what they're doing, guys, is for people who stake their Virtuals tokens to get that V virtual and then start getting points. I cracked 1,000 for the first time. Look at that. Here's what they did. They took all the points. Wow, dude. Arbus isn't even a crazy hype one, and it's 5,000 participants. Virtuals giving back all the committed points and the committed virtual tokens. They're giving it back, and they're airdropping the tokens to people who stake virtual. Guys, staking virtual is the play. So what they're basically doing is, I think, treating them like Axelrod. I actually think Arbus is going to be a big play. I do. I think Axelrod's going to be a big play because, guys, and I pointed this out. I don't see people talking about this. It's not in here. Great partners. Think of this like Cato, right? What people aren't talking about is that on their website, in their light paper, let's go to the site and I'll show you. Oh, you know what? I want the site, not the terminal. And I'll show you what I think's happening here. Dude, this is going to be so good. It really is. Blog. And if I can't find it quick, I'll just tell you. Yeah, it's right in here. Guys, right in their like light paper, white paper, in their blog post, they mention they're going to be integrated in ACP. They are only now the second agent to launch on Virtuals. That sounds like they're going to be in the ACP. I still think they might be in the autonomous hedge fund with us. I don't know. I literally don't know, but I can picture them there. Because if you're making trades, you need like mindshare info. You do. So all of a sudden, and I don't think people realize still, but they're an ACP agent potentially, which are going to get a ton of attention here. Guys, this one might cook. So what I see is Virtuals partnering with some of these big launches. And they're not official Virtuals agents, but I kind of wonder if they are. It's much more than a partnership. It's much closer than that. It's almost like, okay, you know, in video games, like in the world of games, there's third-party games, like independent studios. There's second-party games that are like what? They're like not the like it's like not Nintendo, but it's a studio that makes games like for them exclusively. I think something like back in the day, Rare, I think was like a second party. And then there's first party, like Nintendo games that are made, they're created by Nintendo. So I look at Arbus as something that's not third party anymore. It's not just a thing, independent thing that's building for this platform. I look at it like second party. It's not Virtuals creating it and launching it under their name, but it's another thing out there that's launching it like exclusively for them. I think that's what they're doing here. I think they're doing that with Arbus. I think they're doing that with Axelrod. So it's, again, more than a partnership. It's much more like it is a Virtuals thing. Very close tie, just not under the Virtuals name here. So again, if you staked, you're getting it back. And it's getting distributed to virtual stakers. Arbus got an upgrade. After Axelrod, Arbus will become the next project to receive a protocol-backed airdrop, a reflection of long-term conviction and commitment to launch integrity. Relaunching Arbus. All previously pledged virtual and points will be refunded. Virtual's protocol sponsoring the $42,000 virtual to buy Arbus. Arbus tokens bought will be airdropped to V virtual stakers. No sniping, no underpricing, just structure and conviction. These guys are fucking killer, man. Absolutely amazing team. Absolutely amazing, all of it. Absolutely amazing. And these guys just keep cooking. They just keep cooking. Virtual's announced a big change, a big upgrade in this chat here with the Bankless guys. Two things mentioned. One, again, ACP sounds like it's coming in 3 to 4 weeks. It's just going to go live one day. They're just going to tweet it's live. How do you guys, how do we get exposure to it when it goes live? That I don't know yet. Okay, I don't know. I assume there's going to be an agent token, or not even an agent token, but a token that's for that swarm, the autonomous hedge fund. Because what? You got like a dozen agents who are part of this swarm, each with their own token. They transact with each other with virtual. But I imagine you guys, me, want to get some exposure to it. I imagine that swarm will have its own token. And going by how virtual works, I think you're going to take the agent tokens and stake them. And then you get the swarms token, the agent swarm token. I'll tell you, man, I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to do the thing again. I'm going to do it because our agent is in the autonomous hedge fund. Our agent's right there. We're working with Axelrod. We're working with AI XBT. We're working with all those guys. We're in the ACP. And because I believe this, guys, this is not insider knowledge. I don't know. But I believe you'll get access to the ACP swarm tokens by taking the agent tokens that are in that swarm and staking them. So now I see our agent at an 857K market cap. And you guys know why. We haven't tweeted anything. We're not giving anybody news yet. And you know what happens when we give news, when we start talking. You guys get how that works. So I mentioned this like last week too. If I were liquid enough, I got enough conviction what we're doing that I would probably be getting myself. I personally want to. I want to be holding swarm because I believe in what's coming. I believe in the virtuals ACP, and I still think it's a complete guess that you're going to stake tokens to get the ACP swarm tokens. It just makes sense. I'm just looking at what virtuals has been doing, and I think that's how it works. Just a guess. Now, the other thing they announced, it would make sense, right? It would make perfect sense. You stake it, and you get tokens. You get the swarm token, or the agent ACP tokens. There you go. It's like no reason to not. Dude, don't put that out. You'll get me in trouble. No, I don't know. This is the thing. I don't know what I can and can't say. I feel like I can say plenty because I don't know. Like, I'm not in these meetings. I've been in like one meeting with the virtuals guys. And I'm not, well, if I'm in one of the Slack channels or Telegrams, it's not one where they're actually doing the building communications and stuff. I get updates on this stuff like once every couple of weeks. So I don't know, but pure guess. And I think if I'm a betting man, I think you stake the agent tokens, you earn the ACP tokens. It just makes sense. Okay, now the other thing they announced, this is actually a big deal too, and I like it. And again, it just speaks to how good the virtuals guys are. But it's called, what is it? 69. 69. These guys are fucking nuts. I love it. Okay. Concerns with rugs, always there. But man, yes, cats. Yeah. Cutie. Yeah, everybody check out Cutie's pinned tweet. Okay. This is interesting. Virtuals keeps looking for ways to fix the launchpad problem, the meme coin problem, and there's tons of problems, but specifically here, rugs. What can you do to like fix rugs? They're just here. They're always here. What can you do to make it better? There you go. Dude, I'll tell you what, might not be a bad idea to sell Gloria for virtual and stake your virtual. I don't think anybody's underestimating the virtual play, but I think the virtual play is just one of the best deals out there. 69. Projects can now launch in this new 69 program, which is launch a token. Tokens are locked for 69 days. Projects earn nothing on it. Right? And during that time, I assume then traders are earning points the whole way. At the end of the 69 days, the project can choose to rug. They can say, look, it's not working. We tried it. People don't like it. Or we don't want to stick with this thing. And they can rug. And instead of just dumping all their tokens, well, they got no tokens to dump because it was all locked up. But if they say it didn't work and we just need to move on to the next thing, well, they can choose to rug, and what it does is take all the fees that were earned from trading over those 69 days, and it takes the liquidity pool and it splits it across the holders of the token. You probably still are down some, but not much at all, right? Or at least not as much, because they're giving all those funds out to everybody else. And they can do the flip side. After 69 days, they can say, no, we're going to stick with it. This is our token. We're in it. We're in it for the long haul. So then they commit. At that point, all those fees go to the project. And now it's official. Game on. Now, what stops somebody from committing after 69 days, getting all those tokens and rugging right then? Right? It's a fair question. I don't know if they have a perfect answer for that yet. But part of that solution is, if you want to get in the 69 program, and I imagine they're going to give those a push, by the way, you have to be doxxed. So at that point, it's a big reputation hit. If you commit and then rug after the fact, then your reputation's fucked. It's a pretty smart program. That actually might work. So again, leave it to the virtuals guys to keep figuring out how to perfect the token launchpad experience, and they keep nailing it. They keep hitting it out of the park. These guys are built different, and they are fixing something here. And it's a thing that needed a fix. From the pre-sale meta, the way to get into these tokens, they fixed it. It's not perfect, but they're fixing it. To now, like, how do you rug, make these rug proof? They're on to something. Special team there, man. Special team. Special fucking team here. And rumors now. It's not even rumors. I think this is coming. Oh, dude. I've talked about these guys quite a few times. Diamond Hand and Virgin Points coming to Solana real soon. This is what I was mentioning recently, guys. I'm telling you, we've been ahead of most people out there talking about this stuff. They've integrated Solana many, many months ago, but we've not seen Solana launches yet. We just haven't. And I think that comes here in the next week or two. Agents launching natively on Solana, points coming over there, access to that different kind of liquidity. Guys, what does this look like when you get Solana degen stacking points? What does it look like? I think it looks like Virtual's doing something crazy. Virtual's to a 5 bill market cap, maybe higher. Virtual's is about to explode when they go full throttle on Solana. And you can bet on that. And I want to bet on that. And I think I'd bet on that by just holding some virtual token and staking it. Ah, good shout. Yep. Does your points cooldown affect your staked virtual, though? Or is it only your like Diamond Hand bonus? Quick update on FX Hash. Just a quick one. I am starting to see what's interesting that they're doing. Right, FX Hash has a token coming. I think it comes at the end of this month. FSX, I think. FHX, FS, whatever it is. They did a little diagram here showing kind of how this is going to work, because I couldn't quite understand how does a fungible token fit in this artist ecosystem. Like, I could kind of get it, but I think they just did something that's actually kind of game-changing for artists. Okay, I think we're going to see a bunch of tokens launching, each one paired to an artist. One mint from their latest drop equals one of their fungible tokens. So these are going to be small supply tokens. I think that's what this looks like. 10 coins in supply. 1 coin equals 1 mint. Okay, so you've had 4 mints already. There's only 6 coins left. But coins are fungible and traded on the open market. So the demand for those 6 remaining coins goes up. And all of a sudden, you're finding a really interesting way, like a mechanism to price these mints. What's the cost of a mint? Well, day one, it's 1 coin, and 1 coin is $1. But a few days later, coin price has gone up to $10 a coin. Now that mint is $10 a mint. This is basically a way to solve like a fair price to do primary sales at. Really interesting. Really interesting. So just like this is it, guys. Wow. We have virtuals figuring out a new way to do token launches. And at the same time, we have FX Hash maybe figuring out a better way to do artist launches like mints. It's a pretty interesting time, man. Shit's just getting better. It's really, really interesting. I like it. And then last point here, Open Campus, talking about student loans on chain and a whole DeFi ecosystem built around student loans. A $3 trillion market here. How about that? How about that? I think it's pretty cool. All right, quick look at floor prices, and then we're out. GVC back up to 0.65 ETH. Not bad, dude. I still think they got that big run ahead of them. I'm not even think. I am very sure about the run that they have ahead of them. See if they've had any big. Actually, they have. I've seen some. Look at a 7 ETH sale. This is just a few hours ago. Wow, 2 hours ago. 7 ETH sale for the Blue Ranger. 7 ETH, guys. We're talking what, like 16 grand, maybe a little more than that. How much was that? 17, almost $18,000 for that Ranger. And you know what's crazy? That feels extra different when you remember seeing these out there on the market. And at one point, that was probably half an ETH, probably less. This might have just been a mint. This one might not have been on the market. Yeah, okay, this one was minted and never listed till now. 7 ETH, $18,000 for a GVC. That is one of our biggest sales yet. And we'll see plenty more, and we'll see plenty of sales that smash that. Still believe GVC is going to be sitting at a 2 or 3 ETH floor, with rares going 5, 6, 7 ETH, maybe up to 10 ETH. And then the grails of the collection end up being like the 20 ETH kind of ballpark. One's higher, 30 ETH. I do think we're going to start seeing that. It's a collection I would not be ignoring much longer. If I were picking one collection that you get in because it's got that kind of upside, obviously all the ordinal stuff. Obviously. But it's GVC, man. It's definitely GVC. Man, Taproot Wizards, 22, almost a $23,000 floor. Incredible. That is only going to cook more and more. This is the beauty of small supply collections. Tiny collection, 2,100. Beeple put Taproot Wizards in his everyday from 2 days ago as well. These are going to cook, obviously. Very expensive, but he's got to 0.11? He's got to 0.11. And these are getting to 0.5 this year. And you know what I think they get to later, but these are going to 0.1 this year. That might be when Bitcoin's 150 to 200K. So this is going to be a $75,000, $100,000 NFT here this year. That's coming. Other than that, down. How are Quantum Cats? Quantum Cats, yeah. Quantum Cats, yeah. You know, suffering because of Wizards a little bit. Let's check our Dremelio. Yeah, not great. And Steady Teddy's. I still think Steady Teddy's part of this next rebase. I think getting a bear drop. We'll see. We'll see with that. Boom. Let's get out of here, guys. Smash the like on your way out. Remember to subscribe to Crypto Slam over on YouTube, guys. I'll be live this weekend. Look, if we get a guest that wants to come on this weekend for the Swarm Report, we'll do it there. Although I think I'm actually out most of the weekend. So I don't know. We'll see. Definitely live tomorrow and Sunday morning, though. Just know that those are going to be earlier or shorter or both. So stay tuned. But I'm going to be live over on my personal channel. You can find me at Hudah_idiot. Again, follow CryptoSlam.io. And man, I'm telling you, keep your eyes on the Swarm. If you believe in virtuals and the ACP, and if you've seen the way that they reward the projects that are working with them, I think it's only a think, it's a gut, it's an instinct, it's a belief, but I think you want to be in. I'll do this in a fair way. Any and all of the ACP agents, I think, are all going to do very well because of how virtuals works with projects. And you're looking at an 800K market cap token right there. Spicy. Spicy. Guys, enjoy your day here. I should hopefully see you in a couple hours on the Swarm Report. That is at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, boys, enjoy your Friday. We'll see you.